Hello, welcome to the student walkthrough video for Paper 1, Question 3. In this video, we are going to be focusing on Question 3, looking at how the question is constructed, how to answer the question, and some tips on what makes a good answer. We have other videos available that will guide you through this whole paper. We also have videos that work through each question in detail. Question 3 will ask you to explain a similarity or difference across two time periods. It is worth 4 marks, and we advise that you spend 6 minutes answering this question. However, if you have extra time, we advise that you spend 7.5 minutes answering the question. You must explain the similarity or difference, and then support this explanation with knowledge or examples from both time periods. Today we are going to look at this question from the Medicine in Britain paper. Explain one way in which the treatment of infectious diseases in the medieval period, circa 1250 to circa 1500, was different from the treatment of infectious diseases in the modern period, circa 1900 to present. So first of all, we need to look, are we being asked to explain a similarity or a difference? And if we have a look here in bold, we can see the word different. So for this question, we are being asked to explain a difference. But do look carefully and check whether you are being asked to explain a similarity or a difference. Then we need to look for the focus of the question. What do we need to explain? And here, underlined in red, we will find the focus of the question. We are being asked to explain the treatment of infectious diseases. And lastly, we need to look for the two time periods that we need to focus on. And we've underlined these in blue for you. We are looking at comparing treatment of infectious diseases in the medieval and the modern period. The medieval and the modern period. So we've got a difference in the treatment of infectious diseases across the medieval and modern period. Here on this slide, you can see some questions from the other papers available for paper 1. Do take time to read them carefully. They're from the Crime and Punishment, the Warfare and the Migrants in Britain papers. Have a look at your question. These questions are constructed in the same way across all papers. Look for the similarity or difference, what you are being asked to explain, and then the time periods that you are being asked to compare. So let's return and have a look at our question from the Medicine in Britain paper. We need to explain the difference in the treatment of infectious diseases. For example, supernatural treatments compared to scientific treatments. We need to support our explanation with knowledge from both time periods. For example, prayer was used as a treatment because it was believed that God had sent illness, and then later on antibiotics were used, such as penicillin. You don't need to write much. Focus on these aspects of the question and try not to use extra lines. Here is an answer that scores full marks using just the space on the exam paper. And we can see here, underlined in red, is the difference that this student has explained. Supernatural causes, as which mainly people believed was caused, illness was caused by God. And later on, comparing that to how treatments changed once germs had been discovered. And underlined in blue, we can see the supporting knowledge from both time periods, prayer and antibiotics. There is not one way of approaching an answer to this question, but try to include these two things. Let's have a look at what makes a good answer. You may use words from the question to start your answer. State the similarity or difference at the start. Support the similarity or difference with a historical example from both time periods. Refer to both time periods directly to ensure that you do cover both. And we've got some sentence starters here that you could use for our medicine question. It's really important that if you are being asked to explain a similarity, that you do refer directly to both time periods when giving your examples. That brings us to the end of this walkthrough video. In this video, we have looked at how you should answer question 3 on paper 1 of your GCSE History exam. We hope you have found it useful. Remember that we have videos for every question on each paper available. You can also find out more information for students on our website under the course materials. Just go to the section titled Student Support.